We know that you've been loving softball.
And you're the type of fans that just can't get enough.
So don't worry, AUX is stepping up to the plate.
That is unbelievable! Got it!
We have all your favorite players.
All the big home runs.
Highlight reel catches.
Oh my goodness! And makes the play!
But there can only be one winner.
One winner.
One winner.
One winner.
One winner.
One winner.
Series 1 coming to a close over the next couple hours here on ESPNU. Team Wiggins and Team Warren to close out what has been a fantastic week of softball in Wichita, Kansas. Well, how about game 1 tonight? It's a doubleheader for Team Warren, and they are feeling really good after game 1. 4 home runs for their team coming in the last 3 innings, and it's the captain, Jesse Warren, delivering the biggest blow of them all to walk it off in their huge comeback win over Team Leach. The captain's first home run of the season. They are fired up and ready to go for game 2 against Team Wiggins. Alongside the former All-American Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp. Couldn't ask for much more. That was an important one, too, because it's a hot day here in Wichita. They needed that first one.
Yeah, and they started to build offensive momentum toward the end of the game when they started to put great at-bats together and hit 4 home runs in the last 3 innings, including that walk-off home run by Jesse Warren. I mean, that last game was awesome, and another one-run game that we've had. All of these games have been so close. But Bubba Nichols, I feel like, is going to have something to say about a close game. And some of the games that she's played in, it seems like she's extended the lead with the way that she has swung the bat. She has hit 3 home runs already in this very short, what we've had so far, AUX season. Been seeing the ball well, driving the ball up the middle of the field. And I feel like she kind of started the home run party. She was the one that kind of lit it, and everybody else has been feeding off of her. But she leads this AUX season with 3 home runs, and she did that in just 2 games. We'll see what she can do tonight.
She's been leading off for Team Wiggins, but Megan Wiggins has decided to make a little bit of a change here in her lineup. Jalen Alchin, the rookie out of UCLA, will jump into that leadoff spot, and why not give Bubba something to work with right off the top. And then in the 9 hole, Sydney McKinney, 5 hits already. She scored 3 runs. Those were season highs entering tonight, back on a field where she was a 3-time All-American here at Wichita State. So top to bottom, a lot of good stuff there for Team Wiggins. In the circle, they will see the rookie from Chesapeake City, Maryland, Maddie Penta out of Auburn, the winningest pitcher in Auburn history and the 2023 SEC Pitcher of the Year.
Hi, I'm pitcher Maddie Penta, and my favorite pitch to throw is my changeup because it drops off the table and it is so much slower than my other pitches.
And that changeup is a good pitch that complements everything else that she throws because she can throw with good velocity. One of the hardest throwers in AU is going to be Maddie Penta. She can ramp it up close to 70 miles an hour. She will lean on her fastball. That's a pitch that she will go to a lot. Unique for her, move the ball up in the zone with her rise, but can get you to chase that drop ball down too and split the zone vertically.
Penta's first career start, her 3rd appearance. She's 1-0 so far this season with a 1.75 ERA, 4 strikeouts in just 4 innings pitched, and just a 154 opponent average. Jalen Alchin leads things off, but we're waiting to get the tools from the grounds crew off the field, so they got that out of here, and now we're about ready to go. So Penta's first pitch interrupted. She misses outside for ball 1. Jordan Rudley catching Penta tonight as Alchin looking to get it going. Already 2 hits in her young career, also has a stolen base. From Fountain Valley, California, played 4 years at Washington before finishing at UCLA this year. Rudley behind the plate at Northwestern. It's odd to think UCLA and Washington both will be playing against Northwestern in conference games next year as they make the move from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten.
I'm gonna need like a flow chart, some kind of map, something that like stays, I think, in my office for the conference realignment breakdown.
Alchin hits it solid into right field. Harding makes the grab for the first out. I think we're all going to need that without a doubt.
Next to bat for Team Wiggins, the center fielder from UCLA, number 48.
Another Bruin, back-to-back Bruins. Here's Bubba Nichols, 3 home runs. We talked about it. She has been lights out, leads the league in runs scored, home runs, RBIs. And his second in hits, and ouch, that did not feel good. We were just talking about Penta's velocity, and Nichols is in some serious pain.
Just hit her right on the side of the knee, and I don't know if you've ever run into anything or had something hit you, but it can just feel like it just deadens your leg. Like you feel that all the way through your shin and your foot, where you just have no feeling on that side. I'm speaking for myself. I can't tell you exactly what Bubba is feeling on it. I mean, obviously, but that's how it can feel, where you just don't feel like you can put much pressure on that foot.
She gets 8 points for getting hit by that pitch on the leaderboard. She's currently in 4th place. I always think the last game of the series is the most fun with regards to the leaderboard. You can finally start to dial in what's happening and what players have to do to get to a certain point. And Bubba Nichols is chasing Jocelyn Allo, Mackenzie Clark, and Montana Fouts. Allo's going to be tough to catch, especially for more than Nichols. Bubba Nichols has a good chance to draft her own team, but Jocelyn Allo has such a big lead on the other players playing in this game that I think it's not a lock, but it's close. I think Jocelyn Allo is going to be a captain in Series 2. Taylor Edwards hit a grand slam on opening night. To take something off, 0-2. 56 miles per hour on that pitch. Swings through it. Look at that from Maddie Penta.
That has such great over-the-top rotation that it just falls off the table. It starts looking like it's going to be right at the knees, and that with 2 strikes, you're going to have to protect it, and then it just falls off. It's Taylor Edwards way out in front of that pitch. Strikeout for Penta, her first of the day.
Amy Wiz a little off balance on that swing.
She can locate that changeup too, and exactly where she wants it. Throws it through the strike zone there, but threw it out of the strike zone to get Edwards to chase it.
Wiz gets a piece of this one into center field. McClenny won't get there. Nichols holds at second base. Nice job by Delaney Wiz to come through. Just her 3rd hit so far in Series 1. 3 of the top 4 in the order, Bruins.
Nice swing by Delaney Wiz. Looked like she got a little bit jammed there, but still got her barrel to that pitch for a hit. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
About Loyola Marymount a little bit tonight. Wiz actually started her career there as well, played 2 seasons. And you have Morgan DeBoard and Sam Fisher. We're well represented in this AUX field as Wiggins takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
It's the first time in her very long AU career and professional career that she's been a captain, Megan Wiggins.
Comes because she finished 5th in AUX last season in Rosemont. And so the top 3 returning players on the leaderboard end up as captains, and Wiggins was the 2nd best returner as Penta gets another strikeout there. 2 of them in this first inning. And the rookie's off to a nice start.
She just spun the heck out of this rise ball. It had a little curve to it as well, a little tilt. I mean, that ball was spinning.
Team Warren coming to the plate. Can they keep the hot bats going? They heated up in the last 3 innings, scoring all 8 of their runs in that comeback win over Team Leach. Thanks to 4 of the 7 home runs in the game coming off their bats in those final 3 frames. And this is how they line up. Jesse Warren stays in the 5-hole. The captain coming up big with the walk-off home run against Team Leach. Tori Vidalis got a hold of one as well in that game. The top of the order so dangerous with the speed, especially the way Morgan Zirkle's played lately. Here's Alicia Ocasio, the 2021 champion of Athletes Unlimited's championship season from Florida, played at Florida. Former 10th overall pick in the 2018 NPF draft to the Chicago Bandits. McClenny swinging first pitch. This is carrying to right field and off the glove of Alchin and right. McClenny trying to stretch it for 3, and she will. A triple for Haley McClenny. That's got to feel good. She's been frustrated at the plate.
She has been frustrated, and that's why she goes up swinging early, just wanting to be aggressive, get something early in the count. And that ball with the wind, anything that's hit in the air tonight, the wind is just out there whipping. It's been blowing so hard, been blowing out. And it ends up hitting off of Alchin's glove. Good speed by McClenny as she sees that hit off of the glove, and then is thinking 3 all the way.
Zirkle, she reached both of her last 2 times up, playing small ball as McClenny on third. That triple's worth 30 points on the leaderboard. One 1-0 to Zirkle is outside, 2-0. When you talk about people, when you have the video, who do you think's going to win? When you really think about players who have been there often, Haley McClenny, Morgan Zirkle, Alyssa Denham all come to mind. Consistent finishes toward the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, their consistency is always so impressive because you might get them on a down game 1, game 2, here or there, but they always respond and answer back.
Great discipline by Zirkle, 3-1 now.
It's a pitch that Alicia Ocasio will like to go to a lot. It's like an off-speed drop ball that she will throw, and comes out of her hand looking like it's just going to be right there, and then it falls off the table.
Time violation against Ocasio, and that puts Zirkle on first base. It's a ball on the batter. 15-second pitch clock here. Let's hear from Alicia on what she likes about her arsenal.
Hi, I'm pitcher Alicia Ocasio, and my favorite pitch is my off-speed drop. I think it's just a dirty pitch that falls off the table, and I love to keep batters guessing.
Yeah, she'll keep batters guessing with changing her spin and changing her speed all throughout an at-bat. She'll throw things at different speeds and locations. Off-speed curveball, off-speed drop ball that she'll throw, and then her fastball and a regular curve that she can ramp it up to are going to be her fastest pitches.
Zirkle's thinking about it at first right now. She's getting way off the delayed steal. Zirkle will take second base. She was almost timing her up on the first one to see what Taylor Edwards would do behind the plate. Griffin kind of guessing at that pitch, trying to protect. That's the first out.
That's that curveball that she can ramp it up to 67 miles an hour. I feel like when Alicia Ocasio is on, she is just changing speeds almost every single pitch and also just changing her spins. But she is an off-speed machine, but this is one of her fastest pitches. Curveball in the outer half gets flipping.
Tori Vidalis hit her first home run of the season today. Actually hit one earlier this week on Tuesday night, but it was called a double on the field because of the netting in left. And then they didn't challenge it, and we went a couple batters and ended up not being able to go back. Tori just looked at Jesse Warren in the on-deck circle and said, "Is that low?"
Just waiting for you to call it the net monster, and you haven't yet.
Tori to the right side, Filler grabs it. I'm sorry, it's not even on purpose. I'll get there.
It just doesn't flow off the tongue for you like it does for me. So we have these walls out in left field and right field that are new, and they remind us of the green monster. Okay, so they just make it more difficult to hit a pull side home run, and I'm calling it the net monster, and that's what AU Twitter or X is also calling it. So we need you to buy in.
Okay, I'm bought in. I'm committed. Jessie Warren. Was her walk-off? It was over the net monster, right?
There you go. Yes, got it.
2 on for Jessie, swinging a hot bat, knocked down at shortstop by McKinney, and they're able to retire her. A nice job by Ocasio to get out of the jam with 2 runners on scoring position. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by EY. Back in Wichita, 0-0. Some rollover inning points here in this second inning, as we have Team Warren and Team Wiggins to cap off series number 1. We have our star in the stands joining us, a rookie out of Tennessee, Peyton Gottschall. Peyton, so happy to have you here. You're not far removed from college softball. Here you are at the pro level. What's this first week been like?
It has been so incredible. I mean, just the jump and coming in, like the girls have been great, and I honestly am having the most fun I've ever had playing softball here. So it's just been an amazing time so far.
Okay, what have you learned from like a pitching perspective, or like a question that you've asked one of the veterans? Like, what's maybe one thing that you've learned up to this point?
Really just not pitching on the plate. I mean, they give us a huge strike zone here, so really just working, and especially if a hitter's on the plate, like I've been talking with our catchers and they're like, just go right at them. They're going to swing because they're aggressive and they want to get a hit. They want to get those points. So I'm using that to my advantage.
Peyton, we've been loving the energy. I mean, you've been a big part of it. We love watching you dance and sing on the sideline. What are the vibes like right now with this group?
I mean, our team, like, we were talking after the game, we were like, man, we are so sad. Like, we have been having the best time with everybody. I mean, it's just been such a great group, and like the energy that everybody's brought, it's just been amazing. And like, we're just so sad that we have to get redrafted now because we just got so close.
I said that thing the last game, or that same thing, Peyton, of, man, this team's not going to want to break up because they look like they're just having so much fun with each other. I wanted to ask you about your like pregame playlist that you like to build up. Like, what's some examples of some songs that are on it right now?
Okay, so always my walk-up song. That's usually the song I end with because that gets me in the game mode. So then I'm just ready to go as soon as I get on the field. But a lot of Nickelback, like Burn It to the Ground, that kind of stuff, like just like the heavy metal, like really getting into it and just really just ready to go.
And what's your walkout song again?
The Game by Motorhead. It was Triple H's walk-up song for the WWE.
Oh my, have you always had like the attitude and the energy in the circle? Where does that come from?
Honestly, I was talking to some of the fans after the game. We did a little meet and greet, and it's just because I just love this game so much, and I'm just so thankful to be here and to be where I'm at. And that's kind of always been like in college. Like, I'm just so thankful to play at this level, and especially coming in, like, to say I'm a pro, like, that's just crazy to me. So it's like, why not play with that love and show that emotion out there? Like, I just love it so much, so I'm just going to show everything out to everybody.
Well, we love it, Peyton. Never change, but stay put. We'll come back to you in a little bit and check in again.
All right, thank you.
Peyton Gottschall quickly becoming a fan favorite, I think, with that exciting pitching style.
Well, and Karen Weekly, her head coach at Tennessee, said that she just has a personality that players love to play with, and you can see it in an interview. I'm sure you can feel it in the dugout, in the bullpen, just being around her, that she just oozes love of the game, passion of the game. And I mean, what a treat that she's been a rookie here and a great addition.
It's the freedom that Athletes Unlimited gives you too that I think some of these athletes are really enjoying. Like Peyton Gottschall saying this is the most fun she's had playing softball. She's in week 1 as a pro. She was drafted 5th overall. We'll see her in the championship season as well. See Stuart Hunter out there after a leadoff double from Nadia Taylor. And Stuart Hunter draws a walk. Ocasio got in a little trouble in the first with back-to-back base runners and got out of it. Now Penta will hope to do the same. If you want to see how these teams get drafted, you heard Peyton Gottschall talking about it. Tune in tomorrow at 12 Eastern with host Savannah Collins to follow the draft picks and chat live with other fans like you. For more details, follow us on social at AU Pro Sports. I'm excited to see this group. I'm excited to see the captains. Right now, Jocelyn Allo in the driver's seat for that spot. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter talking to her captain, the longtime veteran Megan Wiggins. Andrea Filler. Andrea probably feeling like she's due right now. 0 for 9 on the season so far with a walk and a few strikeouts. Finished 12th at AUX last season. 364 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. 2-0.
There's a couple of veterans that you know are just going to get in on the offensive action, and Hannah Flipping comes to mind, as well as Filler. Just takes a little bit of time. We said that last game too, that just takes one at bat.
Nice bunt from Filler there. Vidalis takes care of it. 10 points on the sacrifice bunt for Andrea Filler, and now 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 away. That's what happens when Tori makes it out. You gotta get the vibes going in here.
Yeah, that's right.
She's always dancing and singing over at first base, keeping it light. Penta delivers strike 1 with some velocity to Sydney McKinney. McKinney's been on fire, a league-high .714 batting average with 5 hits and 3 runs scored. Watches that pitch outside.
Well, and this is where the matchup is really fun with somebody like Sydney McKinney and the left side of the infield that you have for Team Warren with Jessie Warren and Hannah Flippin, 2 Defensive Player of the Years on the left side for this team.
Long run here in left field. Circle has it. The throw home is cut off by Warren. They've got Kelsey Stewart-Hunter in trouble, and she is tagged out. Taylor does score to make it a 1-0 ball game in the favor of Team Wiggins.
Yeah, and that's where good defense is able to get that backside runner, catch the ball in the air, turn that into a double play to get out of the inning. Good communication by Team Warren's defense after giving up a run to still get 2 outs and get out of the inning.
Those 2 outs, good call. Good call, partner. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. It's a double play. Wiggins takes the lead in the top of the second and could potentially swipe up 20-inning win points here if Alicia Ocasio can put up a 0 in the bottom half. We are joined by the longtime veteran in the field, Megan Wiggins, her 14th year as a pro, first-time captain. Wiggins, what's going on? What's this week been like compared to your normal week, just getting drafted?
You know, it's always a lot at the beginning of AUX, just getting back into the swing of things, literally and figuratively. So it's a lot, you know, being captain, making sure everybody knows what they need to be doing, the schedules. So just taking all that into consideration, and then also playing softball and being on time, and, you know, just communication. But it feels great to be back, you know, just get a couple games under our belt, and just enjoying the journey with, you know, everybody that I was able to draft, and being able to learn and keep growing. So.
What's something about being captain that you learned this week from actually doing it that you didn't know before?
I've been on a lot of teams, and I like to think that, you know, I try to take one thing from each team, you know, good or bad, or something that might have needed a little bit of, and I hope I do that with my team that I drafted. Hey, come, Baba! Hey, babe! And you hope that, you know, the camaraderie and the team and everything kind of works together good. And, you know, sometimes it's hit or miss. But I think, you know, just keep learning. Everybody's kind of on the same path right now, just starting new games up, besides, like, you know, the college girls that have played the last 4 years in a row. But yeah, I think just being a leader and having to do the admin stuff on top of just leading on the field and off the field is certainly one of the challenges of being a captain.
A big announcement a couple weeks ago, the AUSL getting announced, and they'll kind of divide it up into a traditional league starting in May 2025. You've been a part of that style league. I know you really like Athletes Unlimited. What went through your mind when you heard that announcement?
I was calculating how old I would be if I was able to play 15 more years. I was trying to figure out if that was even possible, if I could kind of manipulate that somehow. But no, I'm excited. I think AU is a great platform, and I think they are doing a lot of great things, and I'm really excited to kind of see how all that shapes out, and just with the journey that we've been on with AU and knowing that they're progressing in the right direction and they're expanding, obviously. So it's exciting. Just thinking about what my off-season training is going to look like this fall coming to get ready for the AUSL.
So that's your admission. You'll be back. Year 15 is going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's the plan. I don't know if I have an end date yet, or expiration date yet, but I definitely would love to be a part of the AUSL and get on track with that and be a part of that league growing and all that comes with that. And I love being a part of AU and everything that they stand for, and just continuing to learn as a player, continuing to grow as a teammate, as a captain, all the things that we're able to do here. And yeah, I'm just excited.
With so many rookies and newcomers, half of the league this season are going to be new faces as Jordan Rudley takes a walk on another timing violation there by Alicia Ocasio. Wiggins, what is your advice to them offensively when they get here? That you've talked to them about their at-bats or the game or the leaderboard. What kind of advice have you given them?
Don't pay attention to the leaderboard. Sometimes you just got to ride the waves, because ultimately it's how your team does a lot of the time. But just overall advice, come in, you come off your college season, very comfortable probably in who you are and how you play, and I think that's one of the best advices, things I could tell them is remain who you are, but accept, criticism or accept things that maybe you can get better at, and be willing to open up your game and add, tools to your tool belt, and maybe utilize tools that you didn't have to utilize in college, because it's very competitive, it's very challenging. It doesn't seem like it yet because all the rookies look like they're in tip-top shape so far. But as we get to know the rookies and the pitchers get to know the rookies, it'll start to kind of equal out and even out. But I think just remain who you are and be passionate and love what you do and just compete every day. I think that's the fun part about being here.
Oh, wow, big swing here from Spade, and that is gone. Carly Spade, second of the night, second of her career. Megan, we appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big swing from the rookie, Carly Spade out of Miami, Ohio, and the power is starting to come back for her.
Look, I told you last game, Chucky, because at that point Carly Spade was 0 for 5, looking for her first hit as a professional, and her first hit ended up being a home run. Now 2 home runs in 2 games for Carly Spade, but that it just takes one swing. And even I said it on the foul ball, it was like, that's the type of foul ball and free swing that just flew off of her bat that looked like she was going to get things going, and then she did. 2 home runs for Spade, the rookie. And gets Team Warren on top. And that's a lot of home runs in 4 or 5 innings for Team Warren.
Big thanks to Megan Wiggins for letting us talk to her in the field, the amid action, some of our favorite access that we get. And Carly Spade's loving it right now. Program record 103 home runs at Miami, Ohio, second most all-time in NCAA history. That's followed up by Billy Andrews, who is the all-time leader at Nebraska in home runs, standing 2 feet in front of Taylor Edwards, whose record she broke for the Huskers. Andrews drives it into right center field. It's going to be extra bases for her. This is her first career hit, and it's a double.
This Team Warren offense is just waking up, right? It happened in the first game, at the last half of it, and continuing to feed that momentum.
Savannah has the rookie Carly Spade.
Carly, tell me what the plan going into that at-bat, how you executed it, had that kind of outcome.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking for a pitch right there. I think this entire time I've kind of been like letting the junk get to me, and I was swinging at some bad pitches, but that at-bat I felt really comfortable, let the bad stuff go, and then found a sweet one, took a rip.
Thanks, Carly.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
She's got a good group around her as a rookie to help her acclimate to the pro game and understand a little bit different type of approach. I mean, I think if I were drafted to a team with McClenny, Zirkle, Flippin, Vidalis, Warren, pretty happy about that.
Tell you what, she swings big. Carly Spade does not get cheated when she goes up there. I mean, she takes a big home run hack and puts...
Long run for Wiggins, diving! How about the veteran, Megan Wiggins? 14 years in, and she's still got it.
That's why I stopped talking, because I feel like anything that goes that way has a chance for Megan Wiggins to make a play if it's in the air, and this is how she has been her entire college career, her entire professional career, just laying everything on the line. Love to see this play by Megan Wiggins, a much-needed out for her team. The captain coming through with the catch. These captains just continually come up big and lay it all out.
Strike one from Ocasio to Zirkle. How many times has Haley McClenny gotten robbed?
I know.
That was a foul ball, but...
We could make an entire package of Haley McClenny getting robbed, I think, in these first few games.
Zirkle pulls back the bunt and down 0-2. There's Haley.
What am I gotta do?
It was this team, too. It was Bubba Nichols that got her so many times as Ocasio gets Zirkle on strikes looking.
Walking into the plate for Team Warren, the shortstop from Utah, number 19. Hannah Flippin.
Strikeout number 2 for Ocasio, out number 2 as she gets Hannah Flippin. Hannah was 0 for 4 in game 1. Another veteran trying to get it rolling right now. Tried to get creative there, but missed it.
It's hard when you're not hitting how you want to hit and getting on the way you want to get on, and then your teammates start to do it, and then you feel even more pressure, like, oh, I can't wait to get on base, or I can't wait to get that hit. Every softball player understands what that has felt like at some point.
Outside ball one, a busy summer for Flippin ahead. She'll go with Team USA to the WBSC World Cup Finals this summer in Italy. Ooh, got her, the off speed. Flippin swings through it, the 3rd strikeout for Ocasio.
How about Megan Wiggins' catch after a 3-run inning from the Carly Spade 3-run home run? Megan Wiggins tries to give her team back some momentum with this catch. And I'll tell you what, I think Alicia Ocasio fed off of that energy from her captain in left field.
Who's gonna win this season?
Ooh! My favorite question.
I don't know. I mean, I would love for it to be me. That would be great.
Me. I'm gonna win this season.
Me.
Me. I'm gonna win.
Me. Always, every year, I think it's gonna be me.
I'm gonna say myself. I think I'm going to win.
I'm gonna try my best to double it back. We'll see.
I'm gonna two-peat it, and I wanna win it. I wanna have a comeback season.
See, off to a really good start, and you just never know. AUX is so fast. These are our past couple champions. Danielle O'Toole, the inaugural AUX champion in San Diego. And then Rachel Garcia last season. Garcia finished runner-up to O'Toole in 2022. Danielle was a tough one. She retired at the end of the 2022 season. That was a tough one to lose. Such a great left-handed pitcher. Pitched really well that year. Now on the staff at Cal.
She still stays locked in though. Like,
yeah.
I'm on her X profile right now, Danielle's, and she's a big Peyton Gottschall fan, who's our star in the stands. Literally, this is her tweet. I'm a big PGOT33 fan. I'm like obsessed with the calm swag. Welcome to the league, Rook. She still follows very closely.
I think she was texting you last season as well about some stuff. So yeah, she's a good one. Back to the top of the order. Jadalyn Alchin. She flied out. 3-1. There's a big second inning. There's some lightning over the left field wall. It was in the distance, but I think they're going to want to take a look at this. That might be what this timeout is for, from our home plate umpire, Rick Cohen. I think it's still plenty in the distance.
Gotta keep our fingers crossed.
The wind's blowing that way. Is that good? Get your meteorologist hat on.
Oh, yeah, no, meteorologist Marie is who I am.
Good, right?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
Wind's blowing that way. It's going to blow the lightning away from the field. That's how it works. Very official.
Oh. Gets away from Penta. 3-2 count.
I think that Team Warren is liking the wind blowing out, going back to their last game offensively. They've hit 5 home runs in the last 5 innings, and that is when the wind started to pick up a little bit more, Chucky.
Left side, here's Jessie Warren doing what she does. Clean play over to first for out number 1.
Next up for Team Wiggins, the center fielder, UCLA, number 48,
Let's take a look at the Game 1 MVPs brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. Jessie Warren right at the top of the list, plus 60 for her MVP 1 nod. Mackenzie Clark hit a grand slam. She picks up MVP 2, and then Jordan Rudd-Lee, who's behind the plate right now, gets that 3rd spot as Warren backhands. Man, that is casual at 3rd base.
She makes it look so easy. Both of those plays to her, just such soft hands when the ball comes to her, and I love watching her play defense. She really can do it all. Backhand short hop, has plenty of time to make the throw across to her roommate.
Team Warren pitching staff has to love the defense behind them. Flippin moved from second to shortstop today, and she's been really solid in that spot, a former defensive MVP for Athletes Unlimited. Edwards into this one, into the wind, deep to left field, and off the wall. It's going to be maybe 2. The throw close, and the tag very close to getting Taylor Edwards. Ruled a double.
That looked like it hit off the net monster out there in left field, and it was just out of the reach of Morgan Zirkle. I'd be interested to see exactly where this one hit, because I thought it was just going to keep going and going and going over the wall out there and be a home run, but they played it well off the wall, and then Taylor Edwards just barely gets her foot in for the double before the tag was put on her.
Slide from Edwards. Toe right to the bag. That's 20 points on the double for Taylor. Delaney Wiz up next with 2 outs. Wiz singled her first trip to the plate. 2-0 count. And he spent the last 2 years at San Diego State under Stacy Newman-Denise as an assistant coach. Trying to help her case down toward the bottom of the leaderboard, but can change in a hurry here, and that's 10 points for her on the walk.
And this is the first start for Maddie Penta this season. A couple of other appearances that she had were in relief. This is her first start, so a big deal for her to see, can she go 2 times through the order? Can she go 3 times through the order? It's every single time that you go through that order and the opponents get more looks off of you, it just makes it that much more difficult. Because now they know what your pitches are going to do. They lay off of a good pitch like that, whereas maybe they were swinging at it before when it was their first time to hit against you. Now they know that that pitch is going to fall off the table and end up being a ball. and they work it to their advantage.
Oh, man. They say Wiggins did not swing, and that could not have felt good. Wow. Wiggins says she's okay.
Like it hit her arm first, like her left bicep, and then moved into her body, kind of by her armpit. Don't see that spot get hit all too often, but Jordan Rudd-Lee wanted the swing on that. They said that she did not go, so that will end up being a hit by pitch for 8 points.
Huge chance here for the big-time power hitter, Nadia Taylor, who's been swinging a good bat. Maybe doesn't have the average to show it, but has hit the ball really hard a number of times in Series 1. Down 0-1. Taylor deep to left field, but it goes foul.
Yeah, it's ironic how it works out, right? Because her double that she had in the second inning was one that just barely fell, and she's crushed some other pitches and didn't have anything to show for it, really. But the one that she, you know, kind of mishits is the one that ends up falling for extra bases for her earlier.
It was just her second hit of the season. Great job behind the dish. That's a Rollins Gold Glove winner in Jordan Rudd-Lee back there. She says she models her game after Yadier Molina, the longtime St. Louis Cardinals catcher. She won the 2022 Rollins Gold Glove. Just showed off some of that skill right there. 1-2, Nadia grounds it left side. Warren can step on the base, and Penta strands the bases loaded to keep this 2-run lead for Team Warren. Really nice work from the rookie pitcher, Maddie Penta, out of Auburn. (3-1) Team Warren, and those hot bats leading Team Wiggins as we go to the bottom of the third. Tori Vidalis leading things off for Team Warren. Special night in Wichita, Kansas, is the Civic Leadership Award presented by EY. These were the nominees this year from Athletes Unlimited. The winner was Mira Shane, who plays lacrosse for AU, and we actually are joined by her right now for a chair chat. She was presented that award earlier tonight by Sarah Francis from EY, and a special moment there. We have Mira in the chair. Let's start. How does it feel, that award, such a special award that AU and EY have partnered to give out? What's that like for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's an incredible feeling. I'm ecstatic. I'm also super emotional about it. I think that civic engagement for me is, you know, a mixture of social justice and being passionate and getting a chance to show how passionate you are, lifting other voices up and those that are underrepresented, underestimated. So I'm thrilled. Y'all can't see it, but I'm sweating. Try to put on extra deodorant, but it's been a great hot night here in Wichita, so feeling super stoked.
Well, that was a mistake by me. I didn't bring extra deodorant, and I should have. So, broadcaster over here. Mary, you have just such a larger-than-life personality. Where does this come from for you, your passion behind being so involved like this? Where does it come from?
Yeah, I'd have to say it comes from both my parents, my mom and my dad. They taught me at a really young age that it's really important to try to do the work to heal others and to give back to the world, because it's giving so much to you, and to spread that love to other people. And so I think a little bit of my energy for sure comes from them, and I'm so grateful to them. And then also all the other lovely people in my life that have lifted me up, all the other LGBTQ+ folks, biracial folks that I've been able to meet, folks from different backgrounds that have shared their own story with me and have just inspired me to keep on trudging and giving this energy to the world. So shout out to all the people in my life. I love you.
Oh my gosh. I know that wasn't to me, but I love you. I love your energy and just how you are. We just got to see your first pitch. That was just phenomenal. But okay, in all seriousness though, you were nominated alongside several other athletes from AU. How does Athletes Unlimited encourage and support you to be a civic leader?
Yeah, I believe that Athletes Unlimited does so many different things in order to lift us up, to do this civic engagement engagement and civic justice work. Beyond, our partnership with Give Lively and causes, the Civic Engagement Award is in and of itself amazing, and to be up there with the other finalists was a true blessing, because I know that there are other athletes within the other sports that are doing incredible work on the ground within their own communities, and so just want to shout them out, because when I first got the award I was like, this is just unbelievable, and I'm so thankful to AU for the platform that it's given me in terms of civic engagement and continuing on to give back to communities that I care about and to lift other voices up. So super stoked. And by the way, I have extra deodorant for you if you need a little bit in my bag.
Hey, before we let you go, a couple lacrosse rookies up here. Give us some good terminology. Like, what's one of your favorite lacrosse terms that you can teach us real quick?
Oh, dang. Well, I'm a bit of a character, if y'all couldn't tell. So some of mine might not be what other people use, but I'd say, you could say, oh my God, that was fire. If you've got a draw specialist, you could say, get in there on the circle, get scrappy, hustle. You could say wheels for speed. If somebody's speeding down the lacrosse field, you'd be like, wheels, wheels, wheels. So I hope you can slip in some of that commentary later this summer.
We cannot wait to watch you this summer.
Sweet. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Mira.
Thanks, y'all. Peace and love.
Wheels is definitely getting in, and I'm going to have her write down some other ones because I just need to process how I can implement them into the softball game. But Wheels is for sure getting in.
July 18th on ESPNU, opening day for AU lacrosse this summer. See Mira and a ton of other fantastic athletes going head-to-head. Not just softball, Athletes Unlimited is 4 different professional women's sports leagues: basketball, volleyball, lacrosse, and softball. Co-founders Jonathan Soros and John Patrikoff, really pioneers in the landscape of women's sports for what they've done over the last 5 years, I should say, and what is coming in the future with the AUSL in May of 2025.
Just paying attention to all the details of being a professional athlete on the field, off the field, and taking care of these players. I mean, it's been really amazing to kind of watch it from the outside looking in, not being a player, but getting to broadcast the games, and how special Athletes Unlimited is, and how the players just love being here and getting to play free. And I mean, you heard Megan Wiggins talking about it when she was out in the field, mic'd up, and we were talking to her about AU, just raving about it. That you can feed off of that energy, and you can feel it from the players with how they come out here and compete.
Megan Wiggins played 9 years in the NPF, and now all 5 years in Athletes Unlimited. And she's at least coming back for one more season. Another pitch clock violation. That's the 3rd walk in this game because of a pitch clock violation.
It's come at some inopportune times for Alicia Ocasio.
Alicia threw really well on opening day in Team Wiggins doubleheader, but just was unlucky. There were some errors on the field, and then a couple bloopers for the hits she did give up. I'll talk to you, it's hard. Like, we're watching her, and we know she's throwing well, but you still feel those results. It's hard to let that go, I'm assuming, when it's happening to you.
Yeah, it's so hard, and I think most of all, you just feel like you let your team down. And even if it's a mishit that falls, you're not thinking, oh, well, that's not my fault. I threw a good pitch, and she just barely got it in. You're thinking, oh, I just let my team down on that one and gave up a hit.
Jordan Rudley watches a low strike for strike 2. First and second with 1 out. This is hit hard to the right side. What a stab by Filler. Nice play by Andrea Filler at second base, and probably saved a run to keep Jessie Warren at 3rd.
Still a hard hit ball, productive out. I feel like Jordan Rudley has just been seeing the ball well. In her last few at bats, she hit that so hard. Filler steps up and makes a play. If she doesn't keep that in the infield, that's a run scored for Team Warren likely, but instead she keeps it on the dirt, no run scored, and gets the out.
Filler's played basically every position on the infield with Athletes Unlimited. I don't know if I've seen her at 3rd, but I feel like it seems like she would have been over there at one point, but definitely at shortstop in her pro career, and first base. And we see her at second base this week. Carly Spade hasn't hit much on the ground in the last 4 years, let alone here at AUX. 3-run home run her first trip up.
And she's swinging big too. And 3-run home run, that was off of Ocasio. Boom. I mean, she just does not get cheated at all. She takes hacks.
Ocasio froze her there with that off-speed pitch. 2-2, big chance to break this game open, and she got her swinging. Alicia Ocasio strands a pair after back-to-back walks. It puts a 0 on the board to the 4th inning with 20 inning win points on the line.
Ocasio's been good at bearing down. That is her 4th strikeout. She needed that.
Three to 1, Team Warren leading Team Wiggins. Let's go into the game now with the U.S. Air Force.
I think she's probably going to rely a lot on her speed to get us early, and then go to change up, especially lefty for her curveball and stuff. Hell no, I didn't. God dang, shout it. Hey, I look like Popeye. That's all right. Hell yeah, come on.
I'm wondering how much Megan Wiggins is talking to Tony Baldwin, the head coach at Georgia, getting the lowdown and the scouting report on a pitcher from the SEC like Maddie Penta. I mean, that may not be happening at all. Maybe they haven't had a conversation, but Megan Wiggins has been ultra prepared to help her team come up with a game plan and approach for every single pitcher that they have faced. So the college scouting against pitchers, especially when they're in conference pitchers, is high and a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if she asked for some help.
She was around them this year, calling games on the SEC Network Plus for Georgia, so getting the inside scoop and texting coach. Never know. We had another great mind, kind of from the Tony Baldwin tree, and Danielle Gibson, who was there as a GA and has now moved on to be an assistant coach at her alma mater, Arkansas. She has played Athletes Unlimited in the past. And she is talk hitting with Danielle Gibson all day long. And she raves about Tony Baldwin as well at Georgia. Oh no, Andrea Filler had the really nice defensive play, now trying to get that bat going. She had a sacrifice bunt earlier. Inside corner, strike one. Filler out in front. I think she fouled that off herself. Right off her knee. Played a lot of ball internationally with Italy. The 2020 Tokyo Olympics, played with Erica Piancastelli, who's also a longtime pro for Athletes Unlimited. We'll see Erica back for the championship season.
She's a dual citizen, American and Italian. And she lived in Italy to play professionally 3 summers, which is pretty cool. Got to visit family members there in Italy.
Director of Ops at Northwestern now, and she takes her base. The AU Pro Softball Championship season is back for season 5 in Rosemont, Illinois, beginning July 26th through August 25th. Tickets now available. Go to auprosports.com/tickets to secure your seat today. We've got Savannah with more on Andrea Filler.
Yeah, Chucky, you and Amanda were just talking about her time with Team Italy. And it's something that she reflects a lot on, especially coming into this season. She told me that she was in great physical shape when she was going into the Olympics, but not great mental shape. As she heads over to second base, and the thing that she talked about most coming into this season is switching from the mindset of I have to prove myself to the mindset of knowing that she belongs here at AU, knowing that she belongs being a pro athlete, and for her it's allowed her to be more aggressive and having more conviction in herself as an overall athlete, but especially when she steps into the box.
You mentioned the mental side, Savannah, and she talked about her husband Kyle being a huge piece in her success as a softball player and how he started helping her with the mental side of the game after college, and that helped her take her game to the next level. So specifically called out her husband, Kyle, with the shout out.
And the significant others are learning a lot about softball these past summers, whether they want to or not. They are becoming a part of the training regimen for these athletes.
I'm interested to see what they do here with Maddie Penta starting out Jadlyn Alchin. It's her third time through the order. 2-0 count. Could we have a pitching change coming up, or are we just giving Jordan Rudd-Lee something? Looks like she maybe put something on her glove hand to put in between her hand and her glove.
The third time through has kind of been the magic number. We have not seen a lot of pitchers do it. Mariah Mazon threw a complete game on Tuesday night. That's the longest, obviously it's the longest outing. It's a complete game, but it's the only complete game of the season.
We'll see how Maddie Penta powers through this. It is not easy to go against these hitters 3 times in a game.
Alchin, look at that. And Warren was going to try to let it go foul, but that is beautiful from Jadlyn Alchin.
I mean, it just hugged the line, and Megan Wiggins was out there telling her about how it just hugged the line, using her finger and pointing down the first baseline, showing that this is what it looked like, Jadlyn Alchin. I know you were running, but it just hugged the line. Did not have any English that was going to make it spin off of that line. It stayed fair, and Jadlyn Alchin used that short game just perfectly down the line. Got it in front of Jessie Warren, which is tough to do.
Penta does not look like she will see Bubba Nichols for the third time. Alchin on first, McKinney on second, and Filler on third. A chance for a big inning for Team Wiggins. Bubba Nichols coming to the plate. She's just 2 points out of third place, which would put her in a captain's chair for Series 2. For the second time tonight, Alyssa Denham out of the bullpen, and she comes into a tough spot. Bases loaded, 1 out for Team Wiggins. Bubba Nichols is next. Here we go. Bubba Nichols has been on fire. Already 3 home runs, and here she comes with the bases loaded.
Yeah, she's been lethal at the plate, especially earlier on. She's cooled off a little bit since the 3 home runs that she's hit, but still feel like she's seeing the ball big, swinging at some good pitches, and not somebody that you want to face with the bases loaded. Tough spot for Alyssa Denham to enter into this game. She just came in with the bases loaded last game in this exact same situation, and she gave up a grand slam to Mackenzie Clark. So you know that that is something that she's thinking about. The hits that have been off of Alyssa Denham have all been long balls. 4 hits, 4 home runs off of her.
First pitch to Nichols is in there, strike 1. A little off speed to keep Bubba off balance. Alyssa Denham's 4th season out of Alvin, Texas, from Arizona. 13-1 with a sub 1.8 ERA over the last 2 championship seasons. Ground ball up on flipping, and she can't handle it. Filler comes across to cut the lead to 1.
I think Alyssa Denham was hoping that Hannah Flippin was going to be able to turn 2. This is a double play ball, bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Hannah Flippin goes for the turn, but you can tell when it hits it heel of her glove, it's just spinning like crazy. She knew she was going to have to get rid of it quick because Jadlyn Alchin running from first to second is fast. Could have been a double play ball. Exactly what Alyssa Denham is great at, is throwing down the zone with her drop ball, pitching to contact, and utilizing her defense and rolling in ground balls.
Now Taylor Edwards already has a grand slam in this AUX season. Hit one on the opening night. This is a tough spot for Alyssa Denham, but shows the trust Jessie Warren has in her. First pick of the draft. You see her numbers so far this season. Edwards fouls that off and falls behind 1-2. Off speed, Edwards stays with it to McClenny in center. Here comes Olchin. The throw not in time. She is blazing fast. And Jadalyn Olchin scores. Team Wiggins on top 4-3.
The pitch that Taylor Edwards hit was a really slow changeup. She dropped it down to 48 miles an hour. And look at Taylor Edwards sink into her legs, pick up on that pitch out of the hand, and just slaps it right back up the middle of the field past Alyssa Denham, who stands at over 6 feet tall, gets it past her. And then when it hits the outfield grass, Jadalyn Olchin is thinking score all the way from second. Team Wiggins takes the lead.
Rod Lee kind of dove in for that, and it's strike one. 0-1 count to Delaney Wiz, and similar to what Team Warren did, Team Wiggins feeding off each other. 0-2 to Wiz. Denham needs an out here. Is right back to Alyssa Denham, going to third. It's in the dirt. Look at Jessie Warren. What an absurd pick over there at third base to get the out. Wow.
And they much needed out at that. They couldn't have another defensive mistake out there. Ball on the ground has to be gotten for an out at this point. Great scoop and hands again by Jessie Warren. Alyssa Denham just thinking too much about her throw to make that perfect throw. Important second out though, and Jessie Warren going to give Alyssa Denham some confidence in her, giving her a little pep talk like, hey, I got you, I believe in you, you were out here for a reason.
Huge out, 2 on now for Megan Wiggins. We've seen the captains come through big tonight. Wiggins feeling like she's due at the plate. Flashed the leather in foul territory earlier with a great diving catch. Wiz and Edwards ahead of her. Denham can't get the call, wanted it. With the rookie Jordan Rudley. Strike one.
I think that Alyssa Denham, her drop ball has just been left up a little bit too much, and you're used to seeing that drop ball be really effective down in the zone, but even when she's missing with that drop ball, she's missing about letter high, more up in the zone, which is just unusual for her. Getting back into the swing of things after not pitching in a game for a while. She'll make the adjustment, she'll figure it out, but because she's leaving a little bit more up, she's given up those home runs up to this point in the season.
Has gotten back into this count against Wiggins. Can stop the bleeding right here. And gets Wiggins on the outside corner, strike 3. Didn't get that pitch a second ago, but gets it there. Big inning, though, for Team Wiggins.
Taylor Edwards with a 1-2 count, sits back on that changeup, drives it up the middle for 2 RBIs, and Team Wiggins takes the lead with that swing.
Getting a little rain here in Wichita, Kansas. A 3 spot in the top of the 4th from Team Wiggins puts them in front of Team Warren as we finish up Series 1 here of AUX Softball. We've got Peyton Gottschall, our star, in the stands. Crazy games today, Peyton. What have you seen from this one, and what is it about this Team Warren lineup? They just seem to kind of feed off each other.
I've just seen a lot of back and forth. I mean, it's just been a great game. They're hitting the ball well, they're seeing the ball well, and I love watching this because it's just some of the best softball.
It's been quite a few home runs, I feel like, recently, Peyton. What do you think has been leading to those home runs?
I think just confidence. I mean, people are getting more comfortable. I know there was some talk like before we started this series with some of the vets saying that they were like kind of nervous coming back and seeing live pitching for the first time, but I mean, they've settled in pretty well. I mean, Tori Dallas hit one off of me earlier, so I mean, they look pretty good.
Was there anybody when you got to AUX that you were like, I want to go pick their brain, I want to talk to them?
I think pretty much everybody. I mean, there's just so many talented players here. I mean, I was just kind of like in awe of everybody when I first got here. I told Aubrey, like, but when we were on the flight here, I was like, I don't think I'm going to talk to anybody. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've watched these players for so long, and I get to be around them, and I get to listen to them and see like kind of their process and how they work. So I've just been feeding off of everybody and loving every bit of it.
All right, Peyton, put yourself in my shoes. You're a broadcaster. Taylor McQuillan just comes in. What's the scouting report on McQuillan?
I mean, she's just got good spin, got good movement. I mean, I know our hitters are kind of talking about it, like saying, oh, like, kind of try to sit this. But, I mean, she's just got a lot of good stuff, and she's just a great pitcher.
Peyton, before we let you go, when you got drafted this year, what's going through your mind?
When like, the actual draft? Or?
Yeah, what's the story? Were you watching? Did you know? When did you find out?
So I was watching. My whole family was watching, actually, and as soon as my name got called, I heard Aubrey start talking. I'm like, okay, like, this is like a chance. And when I heard my name get called, I immediately broke into tears because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is happening. I got chosen, I got drafted, like, everything, it was just so full circle for me. And I was just crying my eyes out. And I called my parents after I finally, like, pulled it together, and they were crying, which they don't really cry that much. So to see that, it just meant a lot. So then I started crying again. And then we looped my brother in on the call. He was so happy. And it's kind of funny because we looped my grandpa in too. And he was just kind of like, what's that mean? And, and so we were all laughing. But I told him, I was like, it's like the NBA, like, and like all these big leagues, like all the pros. I was like, that's what I get to go do. And then he was like, oh my gosh, like, that's so cool. So then it was just a great moment, and I'm just so glad that I got to kind of share it with them.
We are glad you're here, Peyton. Thank you so much. Try and stay dry. Get out of the rain real quick.
Yes, thank you.
Peyton Gottschall, our star in the stands tonight. Infectious personality. Can't wait to get to talk to her as we go on throughout this season.
She's great.
Oh my goodness, that is ripped! Billy Andrews off the flagpole! Her first career home run. The Nebraska record holder.
Oh my goodness. Billy Andrews was so quick to that pitch. Wow, 82 miles an hour exit velocity, and the only other person that I have seen have 80+ miles an hour off the bat is Jocelyn Allo. So she is in good company. That ball flew off of her bat. She hit that so hard.
You've been rained on during a game?
No, this is...
I do love our spot here, but we are susceptible to the elements a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely know what the players are going through. Sometimes when we're calling games from home or in the press box, we're divas a little bit, and we don't know the elements.
The wind's seriously picking up right now. This is getting a bit interesting for us up here. Our little canopy is trying to leave us currently. Hey, Haley McClenny's batting too. It's an 0-2 count.
Just these gusts of winds. There's storms all around. Hoping to see how far we can get into this game.
Hey, welcome to the Midwest.
Yeah. Just keep on keeping on, acting like nothing's going on. No big.
1-2 to McClenny is outside from Taylor McQuillan. Let's go to Savannah with our home run hitter.
Billy, Amanda was talking about this is one of the highest velos off the bat in these home runs. You take us through it. Did it feel quick for you? What was that at bat like for your first pro home run?
Yeah, 2 strikes. I just thought be on time and just drive the ball up the middle. And I got a pitch that I could hit, and I just took it back up the middle. So,
congratulations, Billy. First one in the books. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Billy Andrews, one of a couple Huskers in this field, and I think we're having this might be a weather conversation right now. The wind is really gusting. If you don't hear a play-by-play or an analyst for a while,
it's because we blew away.
We blew away. It's kind of swirling. The wind all night long has been blowing out of left field. Now it's kind of blowing straight in from right field. Rain seems to be picking up a little bit as well. You can see the flagpole. Not sure, we haven't been told anything by the umpires yet, but definitely feel as if that's the conversation out there in the circle. Are you affected by the wind in the circle as a pitcher? Is this something that would bother you?
Yeah, it would bother me. It'd be super annoying for sure. And sometimes when you spin the ball, as well as somebody like Taylor McQuillan, it can affect that spin and where your pitches end up. Two from McQuillan. Full count. Now still nobody out here. I've seen a little bit of everything, Chucky, in this first series. You know, we saw the lights go out on Monday night before we were done playing. That was interesting.
McClenny goes down on strikes for out number 1. The wind. Now another time out here on the field from our umpires. This might be the delay. It is. Just what you want in your final game of series number 1.
Such a bummer.
Little weather making its appearance. .44 after the Billy Andrews solo home run, first of her Athletes Unlimited career. 21 new players, you're gonna have a lot of firsts, but for so many of these firsts to come in this Series 1. We have a minimum of a 30-minute delay here in Wichita. We can see some lightning over the right field wall, the wind really picking up. I think the rain starting to do the same as well. We will have to sit and wait for this series to come to its close.
All right, man, what a bummer. I wanted to finish this one. It's feel like a tease too, because we have a tie game. You gotta figure out what happens next.
4-4 Team Wiggins and Team Warren, bottom of the 4th. We are in a weather delay here in Wichita on Series 1 of AUX Softball. We're going to SEC Inside with LSU Women's Basketball, and we will hopefully rejoin you shortly.
Again, follow @AUX Pro Sports online for
Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas. If you were with us earlier, thanks for sticking around. Just over 2 hours of a rain delay here for Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball AUX. We are all tied up, bottom of the 4th inning, Team Wiggins and Team Warren, and we are wrapping up series number 1 here in Kansas. It's been an incredible week of softball, especially today, and we'll get you back into it here. Some big swings today. Carly Spade getting in on the action.
Yeah, 3-run home run for Carly Spade in the bottom of the second inning. That was a bomb from Spade.
On to the fourth inning we go, and it's Team Wiggins striking back. Taylor Edwards hasn't had a ton of hits, but seems to come up timely.
I feel like every time she gets a hit, she's driving in runs is what's happening. It was a big top of the fourth inning for Team Wiggins. They scored 3 in that inning, and then in the bottom of the inning, it was Billie Andrews with her first professional home run, a solo shot that tied things up. Haley McClenny would strike out the batter after that, and then that's when we had the delay.
Billy brought the lightning with that big swing right there, and the rain came with it, and here we are a couple hours later, ready to rock. They pulled the tarp out quickly, and the field looks great right now. Can't wait to get back into it. So here we go, little recap for you. Big innings in the second and the fourth. Perfect parallels of each other. Team Warren kept their hot bats rolling after a really impressive come-from-behind win over Team Leach earlier tonight. And we'll hope to continue that after this big rain delay. Alicia Ocasio started the game for Team Wiggins. It is now Taylor McQuillan out there, and the lefty from Mission Viejo, California. Let's get into this. A 2-hour rain delay. You threw to a couple batters out there. What's your process like when you think, okay, I'm probably going to have to pitch, and it might be a lengthy delay?
Yeah, it's not fun. I hated rain delays and just trying to stay mentally prepared and wondering what the second time that you warm up is going to feel like, because it usually is a little bit different, but have to stay as focused as you possibly can during those 2 hours and grab a little snack, rest some, and then rewarm back up, which is just always the worst.
See what Taylor McQuillan can do. 21 new players. Jessie Warren earlier tonight, the captain of her team, hitting a walk-off home run. I will say, a lot of dancing, a lot of fun. Right? We're ready to roll, though. They're awake and ready to go. We got to finish off Series 1. The Series 2 draft is tomorrow at 11 a.m. local time. They'll have an off day on Saturday, and then we start with Series 2 on Sunday.
You know, I feel the worst for Team Warren because it was their day for a doubleheader. So they played the first game and then started the second game. We're here for the 2-hour delay, and now here they are again. So they've been at the field for a long time.
Certainly feels a little sweeter with the win, at least.
Yeah, especially that Game 1 win, the Jessie Warren walk-off home run that gave them the comeback win. The only time that they had the lead was after her home run.
8 runs in the final 3 innings. 10 hits, all coming in the final 4 innings. Zirkle fouls it back. It's an 0-1 count, 1 away. That Billie Andrews home run Amanda told you about happened in this inning. Haley McClenny was the last out 2 hours and 10 minutes ago. Good spot on the outside corner from McQuillan for strike 2.
You think about, Chucky, what Team Warren has been able to do in those last innings. They scored, as you mentioned, all those runs for the win, 8 runs and then 4 runs here. So they've scored 12 runs in the last 7 innings and hit 6 home runs in the last 7 innings.
4 of those coming in the final 3 of that first game. This has been a really even week.
Yes.
If Team Wiggins wins this game, all 3 teams will have gone 2-2.
Wow. And when you look at the runs, at least coming into today, I think it'll still be similar, but the runs given up and the runs scored for each team were within 1 run of each other. For example, if a team had given up 10 runs, they had scored 11, or vice versa. It was just so close.
We'd have to check. I would guess in the previous 2 AUX seasons that there has never been a series where all 3 teams had 2 wins, 2 losses. We'd have to check with our stat guru, Eric Rue. Zirkle strikes out Nicely done by McQuillan. That's, you ever had back-to-back strikeouts with 2 hours in between them?
No, I need to do a little line there for the rain delay, what happens before and after. Thanks for the reminder.
Hannah Flippin with 2 outs. It's a tie game. There's 80 win points left to be had in this game.
I feel like Hannah Flippin is the last one on this team that needs to just get that one hit or have that one at bat that flips it, pun intended, for her offensively.
The wind is still blowing out. We've seen, we were talking in the delay, that at least 3, maybe 4 home runs that probably wouldn't have been without this stiff wind as Flippin goes up and gets that for strike 1. It's a consistent rain, but it's a soft rain, if that makes sense. You get that? You feel like that's right? Is that an accurate description?
Consistent but soft, yeah. That's what makes the most sense at 11:18 p.m. for sure.
Two-two. Three runs in the top of this inning for Team Wiggins to take the lead before Billy Andrews tied it right back up there at McQuillan.
Said she was the last one to get on the action. After 2 swings and misses, then Hannah Flippin comes through with a 2-strike hit. And you can just see the relief on her face when she got to first base. Like, finally. She was swinging big, getting those hitters counts too. 2-0, 2-1, big hack, and then with 2 strikes, just shoots her right back up the middle of the field.
You've been speaking that stuff into existence tonight.
I'll tell you what.
You started this rally for Team Warren.
I did. I need a little credit for Team Warren, the blue team.
The Dallas first pitch swinging. Delaney Wiz has it, and that will do it for inning number 4. About a 2-hour and 35-minute 4th inning finally comes to a close. A lot to be decided over the next few innings. Who will be drafting their teams tomorrow at 11 a.m. local time here in Wichita, Kansas? How about Jocelyn Allo making her Athletes Unlimited debut? She sits atop the leaderboard. Mackenzie Clark in second. Her teammate Bubba Nichols has eclipsed Montana Fouts. I think there's a good chance that those are your 3 captains, but it's not completely decided yet. Alyssa Denham, 2 relief appearances today. Both times she has entered the game, she has faced bases-loaded situations. Gave up a grand slam to Mackenzie Clark in the first game and then was able to limit some of that damage here in the second game. She also has Haley Lee behind the plate, who has replaced Jordan Rudley from earlier tonight. Lee, a former Aggie and Sooner to finish her career.
We were talking about re-warming up for Alyssa Denham. She's had to warm up 3 different times. Came into relief in game 1, came in relief game 2, and then had to re-warm up after the delay. That's tough.
As Nadia Taylor down 1-2. Nadia into right field. This is tailing, but caught out there by Kaylee Harding. We've got Megan Wiggins mic'd up. Megan, what have you been doing? What's the last couple hours been like?
We've been playing hacky sack for sure. Keep our legs loose and moving in the locker room. Otherwise, just resting and kind of staying locked in. We got four more good innings left, so I was thinking it was like bottom, top 6. So I was like, oh, maybe quick. No, we got like whole half a game left.
What were some snacks that you guys were eating?
Oh, well, for sure fruit snacks, because that's like,
yeah.
And we have 2 different brands. It's Mott's and then What's the other? I don't know, but I always get more than one pack, never one pack, and then some Cheez-Its and Gatorade, of course, as our sponsor, Gatorade.
Oh, Megan.
But then I think we got a quick snack of McDonald's right before game time, so that's gonna really hold us over until the 7th, I think.
What's your normal bedtime? Like, when do you like going to bed? Are we past it?
When I'm at home in a good routine,
yeah.
It's probably like 10:30. 10:30. Yeah, we're past it. At this point, we're way past it.
Hey, do you feel like the rain's starting to come down a little harder all
Yeah, a
of a
little
sudden?
bit. I think it's coming down a little bit harder than it was when we were out in the field.
You want to be hitting during some rain like this, huh?
Yeah, this is like Florida rain when it's like sideways.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it kind of feels like we're in the middle of a tornado. Just like the eye of the storm, I think.
Well, welcome to Kansas.
Yeah, all eyes on us.
2-2 from Alyssa Denham to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. Hey, did you talk to Taylor McQuillan before coming back out? Did you know you were going to her? Did you check with her like, hey, you good to get back loose and go?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, we had a game plan going in, and we put her in right before the delay, and I think it was the same game plan we were going in. I think she only got one inning. I can't remember, maybe two. I think it was one. So yeah, we were coming back with her. We just want to make sure she gets enough warm-up pitches, enough time to get warm back.
Hey, how are you so prepped on all the pitchers and coming up with, you know, like a scouting report for all of them? How are you pulling all this off? Because you seem locked into all the pitchers and the scouting reports. What's up with that?
I think just, you know, we have a lot of eyes in the world of softball. A lot of us coach in the off-season. A lot of us, you know, are very active in the softball world. So, you know, when we have some rookies or people that might have played with, you know, opposing pitchers and stuff like that, but also playing with and against pitchers that I was able to draft, and just kind of being strategic, you know, looking at the lineups that were getting drafted in the moment, and thinking about who would be good matchups, who would complement each other on our own pitching staff, and who would be strategically good against other hitting offensive teams that were getting chosen. So,
did one of the pair of eyes that you asked, do they have the initials TB?
No, I actually heard y'all talking earlier, but no, we didn't reach out to any like college coaches. I think we have enough college coaches here, and you know, people that work. That's their job, obviously. You know, we got blessed with Josh being our facilitator this weekend, and he's a pitching coach himself, so he's like a pitching guru, and was like having spray charts and all that, like going into practice and everything. So we met as a team actually to kind of go over our first game, our opposing pitchers, and then we met with the pitchers too to kind of go over the lineups that we would be facing. So.
Love it.
Josh Trevino's over at third base right now, assistant coach at Texas State. At the nation's leader in wins.
Yes, Bill!
McClenny catches it.
Piece.
Appreciate you, Megan.
Good piece. Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Thanks, Megan.
Thank you.
That'll do it for the top of the fifth. That's Megan Wiggins amid the action. Right out of the rain delay. On to the bottom half we go. Still tied. And then it comes down to the captain. We've seen the captain step up big. This was Jessie Warren, the walk-off.
The only walk-off that we've had up to this point was off the bat of Jessie Warren, and that won the game. A big comeback win for Team Warren. They were down, what, 6-0? What was the score at one point? It seems like a long time ago, but Team Leach kept scoring and scoring, and Team Warren just did not go away at the end of the game.
It was 6-0, by the way.
Wow, what a comeback.
Yeah. 12 different players have hit a home run in this series, and it feels like 8 or 9 of those have been today.
Yes.
Or 7 in the first game.
I mean, that's a huge comeback. A 6-run comeback, and you know, it kind of happened over time and then so quick that they won it that I don't think we got a chance to really appreciate a 6-run comeback.
They had the quick turnaround, the doubleheader day. First off, this day started, it was 98 degrees
oh my gosh.
when we started playing, and I think it was 105, was that the feels like?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now we are down to the upper 70s. It is a completely sideways rain. The flagpole is actually like moving itself right now. It's Warren a little softer than earlier, but nice play by McQuillan for the first out. One away for Kaylee Harding. Back-to-back Seminoles in the order for Jessie Warren. Why not? Former FSU superstar. The trees are kind of going sideways right now. 29-mile-per-hour wind.
Ooh, toward left field. Get a hold of one right now toward left center field. It's going to keep going. Now, if you do hit it toward left field, it's going to continue to pull it foul. So you got to hit that sweet spot left center field.
Pop up to second base is probably gone right now.
Yeah, there's no easy pop up right now at all.
You really, there's nothing you can do as an outfielder, right? It's just
so tough.
Good luck.
Plus, you know, while you're looking up in the air, you have raindrops falling in your eyeballs.
1-2 from McQuillan. Delaney Wiz a little low, but picked up by Stuart Hunter. 2 outs. No problem for Taylor McQuillan coming out of the break so far.
She's been spinning the ball well since she came in. Gave up that home run to Billy Andrews, and that's her only blemish. A couple of strikeouts, so after that, back-to-back strikeouts of McClenny and Zirkle, all within 2 hours and 45 minutes of each other. Yeah, those 2 strikeouts.
Just like that. See those blue names on the leaderboard and the orange? Those are the ones that could really make the jump here with a win. One of these teams is going to boost a lot of names up that leaderboard. Everything's so close. Haley Lee looking for a big swing here, and that's going to stay in foul territory. Stuart Hunt. Oh, man. They need to let that roll foul, and it's not going to go. The dirt, maybe a little wet from the rain, keeping that in fair play, but not sure what happened.
We talked about the fly balls. Kelsey Stuart Hunter was calling it confidently, and it was in the air for a long time. Everybody sees exactly where it went. They found it. I think Kelsey Stuart Hunter is going to take it, and then the wind blew it back onto the field, closer, more toward the circle.
It almost looked like Delaney Wiz didn't see it at the end, because it fell right next to her, but she was kind of still looking up.
Oh, man.
She could probably just look over here and tell me, but she's probably heard me say that as close as we are to them right now. And
no, Chucky, this is what happened, yeah, okay?
We just need the in-game explanation. Good day for Carly Spade. First career home run in game 1 of the doubleheader and a 3-run shot in this game.
She talked about in those previous at-bats that she was letting the junk get to her. That's her words to Savannah Collins after her home run that she hit. Swinging at better pitches lately. That's a good pitch right there. Ooh, I thought that was a strike. But a little bit outside.
How do you change that? How does the junk not get to you? You just sit, you see it, and you're just thinking, I'm not nothing swinging at her, or are you just patient in your approach and letting the first pitch go?
A little bit of both, I feel like, too. Like, more patient. And a different pitcher can help you become more patient because you see the ball out of her hand a little bit better. Like, there could just be so many things that cause that.
3 points for Carly Spade on the walk. First and second with 2 outs for Billy Andrews. Last time she was up was against McQuillan, and it was a solo home run. Not not just Andrew's first home run, but her first hit as a pro. Came in this game. It was a double earlier. This time a ground out, and that'll do it for the inning. 2 runs stranded. Zeros here in the 5th. 2 innings to play in Series 1. Come out to the ballpark here at Wilkins Stadium. Father's Day on Sunday. Join us in person. Get your tickets now at auprosoftball.com. It'll be day 1 of Series 2. Eric Collins and Amanda Scarborough bringing you the action. Also have Natasha Watley stepping into the booth this year. 4-4.
Ooh, tie game.
Yeah, how about this? Another good one. Could we have back-to-back walk-offs on a doubleheader day?
We've only had one game have like a 4-run difference. The rest have been 1-run games and a 2-run game, but a lot of close ones had extra innings.
Different feel this year to AUX. I don't know, can't put my finger on it, but McKinney deep to left field, wind helping it. That's gonna bounce off the wall, and the speedster is easily into second base. Sydney McKinney, the former Shocker. She's doing what she does on this field.
And if I'm not mistaken, she has the most hits out of anybody in AUX so far, and she just continues to pile them up. Swinging early in the count, took that outside pitch toward left center field, played well off the wall by Zirkle, but when you have speed like McKinney, it's gonna help you out.
Back to the top of the order, Jalen Alchin, single and scored from second on a base hit earlier, has some serious wheels. Oh, wow, look at that spin. Vidalis tag Alchin out in the baseline, but it does get McKinney to third base.
What they're gonna say is that Jalen Alchin took a step backward when she got tagged. So that's huge because she will be out and Sydney McKinney has to go back to second base. So when Jalen Alchin hit that, she gave herself up, and that's fine, but it was just kind of a step backward that she took away from Tori that you'll be able to tell when Tori puts the tag on her and she gets down to her, she goes backward. And you can't do that. You can do that in
Right idea
baseball.
to stop.
Yes, but you can't go backward. In baseball, you can do that. There's a wacky, crazy play a year or two ago of some guy going backward down the first baseline, but we can't do that.
Bubba Nichols now. Still sitting on 3 home runs. Feels like forever since Bubba's hit a home run a couple days ago. 7 hits apiece, 4 runs apiece. Gets away from Alyssa Denham, ball 2. Does foul that one off. It gives Denham a gift there to make it 2-2.
Especially on seeing that type of swing and a 2-1 count, hitter's count, you get a check swing like that, helps get you back into the count. You'd love that if you're Alyssa Denham.
Bubba Nichols should be a captain for Series 2. Not confirmed completely, but going to be hard to unseat her at this point. Have to think Bubba goes pitcher first. We've seen a lot of good pitching performances so far. We talked about the draft a little earlier. Is there a pitcher that comes to mind that Bubba might go for off the top?
I feel like Peyton Gottschall and Montana Bouts might be in that mix. Always trust Alyssa Denham. She goes high usually. And I feel like Taylor Edwards is somebody that goes high, is the other part of a battery mate to those pitchers. Speaking of.
There's Taylor Edwards with runners on first and second. How aggressive would you be if you got drafted early in asking for a catcher that you liked?
Depends on if I was a rookie or if I'd been around a while. If I'd been around a while, aggressive. If I'm a rookie, I'm just happy to be there. You give me whoever to catch me, but probably even the next couple of years. It's going to take me personally a little while to say that.
Edwards left side flipping, going to try and roll a pair here. Not going to be nearly in time to get Edwards. No throw from Spade over at second, but there are 2 outs.
In the batter's box, the third baseman from UCLA, 97.
First and third with 2 away for Delaney Wiz. See what Delaney can do in Rosemont during AUX. 304 with a pair of home. How about this crew out here hanging tight through the weather, still braving the weather. I think the rain's calmed down, but the wind's still a factor. We got 20 inning win points on the line, rolling over from the 5th into the 6th. Still tied at 4 apiece. Look at those guys out there.
Troopers.
Well done. We appreciate this group that's been here in Wichita with us so far.
I mean, did you see the AU poncho?
Yeah, they're ready to roll.
Those are awesome. They're so prepared for everything here.
Yeah.
You even have the AU ponchos.
Kevin, one of our cameramen here this weekend. Tyler's out there as well. They're up on the lifts,
yeah,
which I actually think was even worse earlier because it was 98 degrees, and I really did not envy their positions at that point.
And you're closer to the sun.
Yeah. That's true. 2-1 count. That's outside. Also, Brad Pittman leading this Wichita State grounds crew. Great operations team with Athletes Unlimited, led by Lloyd Richards. This whole setup has been second to none for AUX this season in Wichita. Out the right field, caught by Alchin. Retires the leadoff batter, Haley McClenny. Similar to Team Warren earlier, the first of the doubleheader, thinking, okay, you're out in the heat, it's the hottest day of the week, you really want game 1 to carry you into game 2. This feels like if you sit around for 2 hours, it's a tie game. You want this one.
Oh, you're so right. You really want this one after you wait for 2 hours. And it's been such a close one. I mean, even down to the scoring, like the same number of runs have been scored in the innings for each team, a 3 and a 1, a 3 and a 1. A lot of zeros. Same amount of hits, 7 and 7.
You have a rain delay story for us? What's your longest rain delay?
I tell you this every time. I'm so bad at remembering, like, facts like that.
This is going to be your rain delay story next time I ask them.
Yes, I will remember this one. I mean, my most recent one is the SEC tournament where we finished a game the next morning that was started the night before that we did not start calling, but we finished it the next morning. So that was an interesting one.
You had one. You got to give yourself some credit.
I was thinking of a play as like a player. I have plenty as a broadcaster just sitting around and waiting for the rain to pass. World Series had happened, SEC tournament. There's just been a lot of rain this year in general. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Kind of all over.
Morgan Zirkle down 1-2. Smokes it into left center field, and Zirkle's speed should take her to second.
A beautiful swing. Look at Morgan Zirkle just keep her front shoulder on this pitch, doesn't pull off of it, and it's not as outside in a 1-2 count as it probably should be. So with 2 strikes, she's shortening up, gets one that's out over the plate, and just sends it the other way, but just stays on that pitch. And that's huge for her to have speed and put herself in a scoring position with Flippin and Vidalis and Warren coming up. That could be an important hit right there.
Last time Hannah was up, you said she was the one you were waiting on. Singled last time. Pops this up on the infield towards Filler. And there's 2 outs. Let's go to Savannah.
And this blue dugout has had no shortage of energy coming out of the rain delay. They've been dancing, they've been cheering, and the burgers that they had delivered were actually from Montana Fouts and Jocelyn Allo, who made a delivery. That gold team who has been resting and chilling out all this time, they dropped off some burgers from this gold squad for this blue squad to help get them going.
Look at that, the rookies, there you go.
That's how you get some street cred and some points right there, is delivering food. That's some smart rookies right there.
And you play as well as they've played in this first series. That helps
exactly.
too. But yeah, I mean, well done. Now, we didn't necessarily get that delivery.
Yeah.
So,
it's true.
Been talking really nicely. Okay. See where we stand now. The intentional walk, Tori Vidalis, to get that force out at third. I mean, it's a tough decision to make.
Well, and Tori has a 14-game hit streak going on, and she has not had a hit in this game. So it could be her last time to get one.
Jessie had a game winner earlier tonight. We showed you her walk-off home run. This would not be a walk-off, but it could definitely be a game-winning situation for the captain. Jessie's in striking distance. If she were to hit, if she were to do something big here, she needs some stat points and she needs some MVP votes, but she is the one that could probably pass Bubba Nichols if she can perform here at the end.
And now it becomes important that you find yourself in this situation and come through, right? Because now if you come through late in the game, you not only you hit a home run or a double, not only get the inning win points, but the stat points individually, and you have a good shot at being an MVP, which is huge because now moving forward, every single hit, when you have an opportunity to take advantage of these runners and push them across, could be the game-winning run, get you some MVP points and votes.
2-2 after the McQuillan changeup. Jessie stays with this one. Bubba backpedaling and makes the catch, so McQuillan strands a pair. The intentional walk of Tori Vidalis works. 7th inning, all tied up.
Where'd it get you? Like right on outside the knee?
Yeah.
Like right there?
Yeah.
Keep it moving. It probably hit that nerve. Your leg hurt?
I like her.
No. I said, does your leg hurt?
Oh, no. I do like her.
But I also like her. My leg is fine, but I like her.
I don't know who they were talking about. Make somebody feel good, though, if we could figure that out.
Well, it was Maddie Penta, wasn't it?
Okay.
But then Maddie Penta also hit Megan Wiggins after that. So it's 69-70 coming at you.
And a flippin' makes the play, 1 out. Wiggins 0 for 3 and was hit by the pitch. That's her lone time reaching today. And the Flippins had a really nice day defensively at shortstop. And here is Nadia Taylor. Doubled to lead off the second inning earlier tonight and scored. Nice pitch from Denham. Alyssa Denham last year in Japan basically threw every inning for her team to Gwen Savekis. She hits Nadia Taylor. 8 points for Nadia there on the hit by pitch. Denham has pitched a lot of innings over the last few years. We talked earlier about her evolution from being a really good college pitcher to an elite pro. There's going to be a pinch runner over there. A little speed for Denham to worry about in the form of Kayla Kowalik, and a little conference here for Team Warren.
I think that Alyssa Denham has just really leaned into her strengths and making her strengths even stronger, because she always was having a good down ball and then adding even better spin, better change of speeds, and just owning, all right, I'm going to be a pitch to contact type pitcher. I'm going to roll ground balls and find ways to make that off-speed curveball that I throw even tighter with more spin and movement.
Nice pitch on the outside corner to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. Harder as a pitcher or hitter in that prep we always talk about, kind of having to figure it out on your own. More difficult for a hitter or a pitcher?
I kind of think for a hitter, because it's just so hard to replicate the same spin and speed that you're going to be facing. You can set up the machines and that kind of does it, but just different facing a real pitcher. For a pitcher, you can ask some people to stand in and then hit some spots and throw it to a real catcher. Like, you can make it more game-like, I think, than what a hitter can do coming in.
Just don't ask me to stand in. That would be a no.
It's a hard no for you, hard pass.
Yeah, I'm not getting hit by a pitch at 68.
Ooh.
No, thank you. 3-1 to Stewart-Hunter. Kowalik's running. She's in there easily. Nice job by McClenny coming forward. 10 points on the stolen base by Kayla Kowalik.
She got a great jump, and if I were them, I would challenge this. It is challengeable to see if she left early. I think that at this point, the fact that she would be the go-ahead run, it would be worth it, but maybe she just got a good jump, but looks like I think that now they're gonna ask for a challenge to see.
There's somebody mic'd up listening to us?
You can see in slow motion, it was hard to tell on the pitch because they're going to be able to really slow it down to see if she left early. So this was a rule change brought into the college game that you probably saw when you were watching some college games.
The ruling on the field is the runner is safe at second. Team Warren is challenging that she left early. Play is under review.
So we'll see. You can't leave until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand, so. Yeah, so she's gonna get called, this will be overturned. This is a great time for using a challenge. She left well early. You can tell she's already in motion before she gets to the top of her circle, and this will be overturned.
similar to Tori Vidalis's double the other day that was actually a home run. They didn't challenge it. I think it was a learning moment, and I think this is going to be as well. I think you're going to see captains challenge this for the rest of the season.
After review, the runner left early. She is out. It's a no pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What a bummer for Kayla Kowalik, thinking she had a stolen base, putting herself in scoring position in the 7th inning, and then the rookie will be called out for leaving early. And I think, too, it just is, when you beat the throw that bad at this level, I think it kind of caused some radars to go off and antennas to go off. Like Tori was looking like, how did you beat that much? Because you had to have left early in order to get that good of a jump.
Well, now it's a 2-2 count against Stewart Hunter. 2 away, nobody on. I think I had the count wrong because Kelsey Stewart Hunter is going to take first base. Two-out base runner for Andrea Filler. Sack bunt back in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th. Just made a nice defensive play tonight as well. Watches strike 1.
Still another one of those players looking to get going. I feel like today has been the day, the turning point for most of the players that haven't just started out strong right out of the gate. And this could be it for Filler. Put a sacrifice bunt down and then walked. And that's sometimes tricky when you put that bunt down or when you walk, you start to see the ball better. And it can make a difference in your later at-bats.
Has to protect 0-2, and Filler does see it well this time into center field, base hit, and you've done it again. 3rd, 4th time tonight you've spoken that into existence.
Feeling good about that. At this point, I think I should be on the leaderboard with some points.
Thought you were rolling the dice there. Filler got behind in the count, and it's a really nice job of 2-strike hitting.
Now you pass the bat to Sydney McKinney, who has been seeing the ball well the whole time.
She was on deck when Team Wiggins lost a game earlier in this series. Gets a chance here. Long run for Zirkle, who misses it, and it goes to the fence here. They'll hold Filler at 3rd, and she does put her foot down, and Sydney McKinney delivers with an RBI double that could be the potential game winner. She has been automatic.
She has just been really good, too, at using the left side of the field, taking where she's pitched, the outside, and gosh, it looked like Zirkle was right there. I actually thought it hit off of her glove, but actually hit her, but she was right there in position to make the play.
Stewart Hunter able to score. Filler and McKinney in scoring position. Alchin gonna have to really dig it out against Warren and won't be able to. So 1 run in the top of the 7th. Sydney McKinney delivering, somehow elevating a batting average that was at 700 entering this game. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by EY. Now look at all these great moments. There have been fantastic crowds here in Wichita. A lot of the young softball players on the fields before the games, as Athletes Unlimited does so well. Taylor Edwards had a grand slam on night number 1. Well, what's up for grabs? How about 80 win points right now? 30 inning rollover points and 50 for the game. It is Kaylee Harding, Haley Lee, and Carly Spade. All 3 of them with tons of power in their bats. Lee is the only one who has not homered at AUX of those 3.
Well, and don't forget, this team just came back not too long ago in game 1 of the doubleheader. I mean, bottom of this exact same situation, bottom of the 7th inning, they were down by a run or 2, and it was Jessie Warren, the captain, that hit the walk-off home run that won it. I mean, to me, that's the biggest moment that's happened so far in the AUX season, and they have another opportunity to do it again in a doubleheader.
Come from the newcomers this time. That goes outside. 3-0 count here as McQuillan falls behind Harding.
Well, and to me, it was Kaylee Harding who started the turnaround for them in their last game. In the bottom of the 5th inning, she drew a walk. It was a 9-pitch at bat. She had a quality at bat, fouled some pitches off, ended up reaching. And then after that, there was a Jordan Rudley home run. And it was just contagious. Back-to-back home runs in that inning, but it was Kaylee Harding, the rookie, who started it out. The rally.
This final inning will decide the 3 captains who will draft their new teams tomorrow for Series 2. It begins on Sunday. 3-1 off speed. Harding chopped it away. I don't think she loved it.
That would have been a good pitch to take, talking about just finding a way to get on. That would have been a walk.
Sunday at 1 Eastern on ESPN2. AUX softball continues. It's crazy to think next Monday we'll basically be at the halfway point of this season. Left side for McKinney. Close play, but they get Harding. Now Haley Lee.
Next to bat for Team Warren from Oklahoma. 45 at 2 tonight.
A&M single season home run record in 2021, hit 25 of them. 4 years in College Station before finishing in Norman. And that was a home run swing right there.
She has a ton of power, that's for sure.
Underneath that first pitch from McQuillan, 0-1. That one extra hit, that 9th hit for Team Wiggins, will that be the difference? Came from Sydney McKinney, who has done it so many times on this field. Haley Lee needs to find some 2-strike hitting. Watches it, good eye.
Just off the plate, and that's one that she can get right-handed hitters to chase and miss a lot, McQuillan, especially when she gets that to rise up a little bit more toward their eyes on the outer half.
Ooh. 3-2. Haley Lee, 2 hits on the season. One of them was her last at bat. It's this hard into right field into foul territory. Long run and a great sliding catch by Jadalyn Alchin. She has tremendous speed.
I think that the wind may have held that up for her a little bit. Remember, the wind is blowing from right to left, so maybe without the wind, that continues to move away from her, but I think that the wind kind of held it up just long enough for her to slide and get to that all-important second out.
Carly Spade, already 2 home runs on the day. Could she do it one more time to extend this game? Watches that pitch for strike 1. I just feel like there's no shortening up for Carly Spade. She's going to take a cut.
Big swing right there, and I feel like, ooh, that was a big hack, but such a great pitch by Taylor McQuillan, just changing speeds on that outer half, wanting to work her at the knees and low and away.
Taylor in the circle trying to figure things out here. Edwards and McQuillan. This would secure a spot as a captain for Bubba Nichols. Alo, Clark, Nichols, the top 3. Out Side ball 2. Two. Got her on the outside corner. McQuillan closes the door and secures 80 win points for everybody on Team Wiggins. Tell you what I think that could do is Taylor Edwards is going to be up there close. Bubba Nichols is definitely going to be one of our captains. We'll see how the MVP voting shakes out. This is the leaderboard before the win points are calculated. The inning win points have been calculated, but not the game win points at this point. Bubba Nichols in that 3rd spot, so she will jump up to 2nd for sure, but very well could see Jocelyn Allo as a captain.
Oh man, I can't wait to see how this pans out. I'll just be glued to the leaderboard right before I go to sleep to see if it shuffles around and know who's gonna be the captains tomorrow.
You better be quick then. I know you're ready to hit the hay. Here we go, 5-4 winners. What a series to kick things off in Wichita for AUX Softball. Big thanks to all of our crew. For Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp. See you Sunday.